And here we go. Jim Cox, first one on the list today. Woohoo! Alrighty, let's get started. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and good evening. Let's get this one over here. Let's go down to here. Here we go. Standard. There we go. All good. Sean, Kim, KG, what's happening? Oh. Doc, what's happening? D1. KG, thanks for the glitter. Woohoo! Alrighty. Good evening, KG. Maximus, what's happening? Monday watch list. We're going to come on to that in a couple of seconds. We're actually going to go through some of the stocks that we picked up over the week, last week, and see what they look like for tomorrow. Roger. Let's keep on keeping on. CTAS. Wait a minute. Doesn't CTAS not have any dividends? WW, hold on a second. CTAS. Monthly, no. Natural, how are you? Live in Paradise. That live in paradise, alive in paradise. Which one is that? David, how are you doing today? Is that YL8000? Good evening to you. King Gabe, wahoo. Pickled peanuts. Dude, what's happened? Haven't seen you in a while. Jackie Elite Strad. Cool beans, WW. True, WW. Sorry. Okay. Jill Ann Bruner. Good evening, young lady, and how are you today? Roger, where's the old boy? Haven't seen him sign in yet. Carly. All right, so CTAS. CTAS. Yeah, no. Sorry. Cintas Corporation. Pickled peanuts. I'm just quiet. Okay, I'm here just quiet. Okay. Alrighty. Muck Boy, just want to say thanks for the free education for our financial futures. Hey, Mark, you know what? Ask a question. Ask, you shall receive. Matthew 24, Sermon on the Mount. Not quite sure if you're into that kind of thing, but ask and it shall be given unto you. Caterpillar, let's take a look at Caterpillar. CAT, I love Caterpillar. I do. Unfortunately, look at this. Caterpillar's in a 2.5-week downturn. Now, we do have it on our watch list to keep our eye on it. So as soon as she finds a new bottom, okay, we'll be keeping our eye on it. WW, General Electric, Aiden, you got to give me the number. You got to give me the ticker symbol for that one. WW wants to look at General Electric. Ooh, check it out. Hold on. WW wants to take a look at General Electric. Look at this. The 30-day bottom was Thursday. Friday was one up day. Now, I like 2 days to the upside before I jump into anything. Okay? Flock Queen, we'll get to right in a second. Right now, we're checking out General Electric. Okay, ADNT. Never heard of it, Matt. ADNT. We'll take a gander at it, okay? But right now, we're looking at General Electric. Okay, now, General Electric has been in business for over 100 years. All right, so take a look at this. High of the year was 195. The bottom was 165. That's a $30 difference. 6%. Wait a minute. 6. A little over 20%. Anyway, let's keep on looking on it. Okay? Before we move on, what do the numbers look like? 168, 69. So we're looking at the 169s. Uh-oh. That was a cover. That's not what we want to look at. This is what we want to look at right here. Unfortunately, General Electric is not going to give us 1%. See, right now it's at 168.69. The closest one they got is the 170. And that's only good for 99 cents. So we're going to say no to General Electric. Sorry. Check out Bowman. Jay, you actually got to give me the stock symbol. Okay? You can't just tell me Bowman, because I've never heard of them. CKPT. Never heard of that one either. CKPT. Checkpoint Therapeutics. Now, that was easy. Waste management. I love waste management. I do. Unfortunately, waste management is in a downturn, number one. Number two, it is a monthly. No. Hi, I'm new, baby at stock. Cool beans. Just sit, check it out, chill. Okay, KG, that's quite a list you want to take a look at. MU, Okay, that's on our list. CAH, Cardinal Health. CAH, Cardinal Health. MD, that's Medtronics. MDT. MDLZ, Medalese. MDLZ. And US Bank, USB. Okay, they're on the list. We'll take a look at them. Wakolda. Well, good evening, and how are you doing today? All right, so Araya, so animated. Araya, so animated. Cool beans. You're new here? Great. Sit, chill, relax. See, here, the number one thing I want you to take away from this. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, great. Give me a few minutes, sit back, relax. It does unfold on itself, so it's really not that difficult because the trading strategy I'm about to share with you was created for my 9-year-old. 9. She was 9 and she said, Daddy, can you teach me to do what you're doing? So it had to be simple, it had to be safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. So I'm going to show you I'm not going to keep anything from you. I give you everything you need. You actually don't really need me, you know. So I'm going to show you what to do, what to look for, how to do it, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. And you guys have at it, you know. Ask me whatever questions you want. Twisted Philly, Clorox, CLX. Now, I haven't forgotten about you, Flock Queen. I haven't forgot. So just chill out for a second. So Twisted Queen. Twisted Philly. Check it out. Clorox. Here's the high. She's pulling back a little bit. The 171. There is no 171. Okay, I hate it when they do that. 237. 170. Oh, so they must be trading right now. That's why these numbers are changing. All right, so here's the last trade, 164.90. So if we go off of the 165, the 165 is going from 140 to 175. But unfortunately, take a look at where she is. That's a habit I got into. All right. Okay, look where Clorox is at the moment. Your 30-day high was last week. Not last week, but the week before. But she just fell, and this past Friday is a new 30-day bottom. So we're gonna sit and wait and watch until it finds a new bottom and turns around to go back up. But what do the numbers look like for Clorox? Well, the 165, yeah, 1%. Okay, fine. So Clorox does look good. We'll write that one down. CLX. As soon as she finds the bottom, we'll go from there. Now, Flock Queen wanted to look at, what did she want to look at? Riot. Okay, Matt, ADNT. I never heard of it, but I did write it down. But Riot, I do have it on my list. Okay, check out Riot. Okay, the high, 19. The bottom, 6.5. We're currently at 13. The 13, look at that, 77 cents per share on a 13. What does that usually mean? 77 cents on a $13 stock. Well, 13 cents is 1%. So what is 70 cents? Or 77 cents? 5? That's over 5%. But let's take a look at the chart to make sure the chart is telling us the right time. Because there's the right time to buy and the wrong time to buy. Number one, I don't buy at the high. I don't jump on that, you know, the top of the mountain trying to go higher. Once you're at the top of the mountain, you can't go any higher. That's just, it's just silly. Standing on a ladder, waiting for someone to bring you a taller ladder, that doesn't make any sense. So I don't buy at the high. But she is right here. You can't really see it very well, so we're going to take a better look. Better look, here we go. Last December, we hit the high at 1875. The bottom was back in the beginning of August, and that was 633. Now, I like the last 30 days because the last 30 days gives me a good idea of where she's going next. Well, it's kind of clear to see. Let's take a look. Okay, here's your high. Here's your low. This is where it was 30 days ago, and this is where it was on Friday. So just take your little finger and just trace it. Sideways, down, up, down, up, down, up. Well, she's clearly going to the upside. Before we jump on that, let's take a look at seasonality. Now, if you're not familiar with seasonality, it's exactly what it sounds like. Seasonality. All right. Winter, spring, summer, fall, that a little clearer, okay? Okay, most companies run a little bit differently in the winter as they do in the summer. The spring and the fall are probably about even. How are you? Invest right? I had an awesome day today. Well, I'm a little unhappy about one thing. I get to the soccer field this morning, and I'm the only buddy there. I'm thinking, wait a second, did I miss something? So no, I didn't get to play soccer this morning, so went went down to mom's, worked on the shed. What do you call it? A tiny house or she shed, something like that. It's going to be a she shed with an art studio up above it. Okay, we finally got her convinced to make it a double story, two-story rather than a single story. But that's not the thing. Okay. After that, we went to church for the Christmas dinner. That was kind of nice. Anyway, let's keep on going. So the seasonality chart, basically January 1st, way over to the left. All the way to the right, December 31st. The red line is 10 years worth of data. 10 years. That's what it does average normally. The blue line represents this year. For some strange reason, the red line stopped the beginning of December. That's weird. So can't get a good fix on where it normally goes. Why is that? I'm clueless to that one. Weird. I've never seen that. Because it's supposed to be 10 years worth of information. But anyway, you can't fight the current trend. And the current trend is to the upside. Now, I only jump in for a couple of days. Buy on a Monday, get out on a Friday. So it looks good, and it has a 5% rate of return. Let's actually do one, just for the fun of it. Okay, we're going to change this to covered stock, and let's actually do one at $13. So $13 right there. Just going to do one contract. Oops. Okay, at the market. So what's going to happen is I'm going to read the order to you. This is what an order, a covered call order, sounds like. Buy one covered call on Riot. 20 December 24. That means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. So whoever buys this option tomorrow morning, they have between Monday morning and Friday afternoon to figure out what they want to do. It's their turn at bat. Shit, get off the pot, whatever acronym you want to loop, whatever metaphor you want to use. You know, do it, don't do it, sitting on the fence, one side or the other, take the leap, whatever, however you want to say it. But if I'm buying it at the market open first thing tomorrow morning, and then I'm selling the covered call of 13, okay, I'm collecting $79 per contract. Okay, it doesn't sound like a lot, but listen to the rate of return. Okay, so if the contract is 79 bucks profit, well, what does it cost? Well, it costs 1,221. Well, in other words, rate of return, that's 6.4%. So what's going to happen? Well, do you see this line right here? It says break even, 12.21. Well, the stock is currently at 13. So anything above 12.21 is going to be some kind of a profit. Okay, at 13 or above, it's a 6.4% return for the week. You have any idea what 6.4% is for a year? Well, let's multiply this by 52. Doubt you're going to get it every week, but it's 336% for the year at 6% per week. Doesn't usually happen, but actually hardly ever happens. You know, every once in a while. If you actually check my history, where is it? Right there. Okay, let's take a quick gander. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is all of my trades so far this year. I have 6 counts. I share 3 of them with you. All right, let's look at some of the numbers. 2.2, 2.5, 1.7, 3.7, 2.3, 1.6, 3.6, 0.95. Look at this. I didn't make 1% this week in this particular account. Okay, 3.05, 1.08, 3.6, 2.6, 4.3, 8.1. Yeah, it happens once in a while. But if you look at all the numbers for the whole year, I'm doing rather well. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just showing you Statistics. This is what I've been doing for the last 15 years. Okay, my daughter jumped on my lap in '08. She said, "Daddy, can you teach me?" Great. Well, this is the strategy I came up with. And the strategy I came up with for her was so consistent that I said, "Oh, the hell with it. I'm just going to do this one." Because I get a safe, predictable 1% every single week. Right around 1%. Sometimes I make more than 1%. Sometimes I make a little bit less than 1%. But it averages to over 1%. All right. That being said, okay, so that's Riot. I do like Riot. I actually do have some Riot. So, that being said, let's go on to the next one. Now, what did we decide for Riot? Yeah, Riot is on the uptrend. Okay. Okay, I got like 3 or 4 of them I have marked off for tomorrow, but I'm going to keep looking at what you guys have me look at. How long for returns? Timmy. All right, Timmy T. Timmy T. All right, Timmy T, I invest for weekly cash flow. So my returns are all weekly. So I take my big fat account, my small account, my skinny account, whatever you want to call it, whatever I have in my account, okay? Let's say it's 100,000. 1% a week, 100,000, well, that's $1,000 a week. If it was 50,000, well, 1% of 50,000 is 500 a week, okay? That's what I make on average. What are my thoughts on Walmart? Walmart's a hell no, WMT. Okay, the reason why Walmart's a no, look where it is. It's at the high of the year. Now, until Walmart pulls back, and I'm talking pulling back way down into the mid 80s. Okay, right now it's the low 90s. Okay, that's way too high for me. So until it pulls back to a more reasonable, okay, then it's a no for me. That's Walmart. All right, so pickled peanuts, MPW. I do have me some MPW. Actually, I have more MPW than I probably should, but I do have some MPW. Okay, check it out, MPW. Here's our high, double high. Here's our bottom down here. 650 is the high. Our bottom last year, just below 3. She shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. A little bit of a downturn. Actually, we're waiting for a bottom for MPW. Look at it. Okay, not that bad. Okay, currently we're at 398. If you like MPW, well, look what MPW is paying. It says 13. That's 3%. Okay. Now, if you buy it 398, if I buy it at 398 tomorrow morning, and I sell somebody the opportunity or the option, the call option, okay, covered calls, the safest strategy that I know of. Okay, at 398, the closest one's going to be the 4. And the 4 is paying 13. Well, 4 goes into 13 how many times? 3, with a little bit of change left over. It's a 3% trade. I'll write that one down too. Because I like MPW. I like it so much, I have a bunch of it. All right, so let's take a, well, we're looking for a bottom. So we're going to bypass that one. We'll take a look at it on Tuesday or Wednesday. Because Monday is not going to do us any good, because even if she goes up on Monday, I like 2 days to the upside before I jump in. Okay, so it's currently at its bottom right now. We'll see. WW, Coca-Cola. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Coca-Cola usually gives you crappy premiums. 63.28 to 64 is going for 28 cents. I don't think I've ever bought Coca-Cola. Don't get me wrong, it's a great company. If you're okay with, 24% per year. It's kind of weird if you're okay with 24% per year. Just think about it. It's Coca-Cola. They've been in business for over 100 years. There's a Coca-Cola in every single continent. I'm sure if you looked hard enough, you'd probably find it in Antarctica. One of those research labs probably has Coca-Cola. All right, Roger, CKPT. Okay, Roger, don't feel bad when I say this. I've never heard of it, and usually if I've never heard of it, it's going to be a no for this particular strategy. If you like it, great, more power to you. But as you can see here, this is what you call monthly options. Okay, December, January, April, July, yeah. There's no weeklies there. I don't do monthlies because the numbers just don't work. All right. All right, Araya, you got your notepad ready? Okay, so now Araya, every once in a while, there we go. Every once in a while, I'm going to say, oh, I like that stock. I'm going to look at it next week. That's probably what you should write down. Because every week, I say, oh, I like that one. I'm going to write down for next week. And that's the ones we usually invest in next week. Because see, when it's up here like this, let's move this out of the way, okay? Here's your 30-day bottom, all right? She shoots on up, now you have a 30-day top. What happens usually on a 30-day top? Usually, you have what I call profit taking. People sell, take their profits, and they run. Well, because it makes sense. That's what we're here for. We're here to make money. You buy it at a low. Well, you're going to make the most money buying low, selling high. So as the stock drops, finds the 30-day bottom, well, that's the time to buy. Okay? When she shoots up, this is going to be the challenge for everybody. Now, I jump out at 1%. That's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for 1% safely, securely, predictably, consistently, 1% per week. Now, from the bottom here, 320 to 450, that's $1.30. A $1.30 move. It doesn't sound like a lot, but a $1.30 move on a $3.30 stock, that's 30%. 30%, somewhat, give or take, about 30% increase. Now, I'll jump out at 1%, so I'd probably be out right about here. I don't care. Seriously, I don't. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I'm looking for safety, predictability, consistency. Okay? Buy your stock. Well, I buy my stock when it's bouncing off the bottom. See the 30-day bottom? 1-2 days to the upside. Third day I'm usually in, and then I'm out at 1%. That's all I'm looking for. Out at 1%, finds its high. Once it gets to a 30-day high, okay, especially this one, 30%, hell yeah, there's going to be profit taking. Profit taking, then she drops. Well, look, she dropped here, retraced a little bit, went up, but kept on dropping. Okay, because it wasn't quite. See, 2 days to the upside, this one, yeah, I probably would have jumped in and probably would have done whatever. But I didn't because it was too close. It wasn't on my list at the time. Whatever. Whatever the reason I didn't jump into it at this time, what it is, whatever it is. So here we are now here, looking for a new 30-day bottom. Great. That's something you should probably write down, because as soon as it does this little trick, 2 days to the upside and then goes back up again, great. It has to fall down enough first. So it may keep coming down a little bit further. It may stop right here. Don't know. We will find out tomorrow. Tomorrow, 50-50 shot. It's either going to be lower or it's going to be higher. If it's higher, great. I want 2 days to the upside before I jump in. All right? And then the numbers got to work. Well, the numbers do work because we looked at the numbers. The number was nice. All right. Next. Do you think 24-hour option trading will ever happen? KG, I honestly don't know. Okay, Chris, you want to take a look at BE. Chris, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. If I've never heard of it, it's probably going to be a no. Okay, BE, Bloom Energy Corporation. Well, interesting. It's got weekly options. It's a little too high for me at this moment in time, but hold on. I'm going to go to Yahoo Finance and find out how consistent does BE pay its dividends. Oh, look at this. There are no dividends in the time period selected. So, Chris, you're actually at a live show, or live, whatever you want to call this thing, that the title of it is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow. So I got a couple assumptions here. Number one, I have no idea why you're asking me to look at BE. Either you like it and you want my opinion, which is kind of strange because it has no dividends. Why would you ask me to take a look at a stock that doesn't pay dividends if you're on a live show that's specifically geared to dividend investing? It makes no sense to me. So either you don't know anything about this company, or you just not paying attention to when I say weekly options only. Okay, no weekly options, no thank you. What about these tariffs? Okay, Tom K. If you actually look really deep and really hard what these tariffs are going to do for the American economy, you'd be all for them. Okay, there's so many people a hell of a lot smarter than me that will tell you exactly what these tariffs are going to do for us. There's a reason why Ford doesn't sell cars in Japan and China and Germany, because they charge us a 100% tariff. You know what a tariff is? If we're selling a product for $10 here in the United States, if we want to take that same product and sell it in Germany, well, it's going to be $20, a 100% tariff. Same thing in Japan, same thing in China. That's why they don't have foreign U.S. cars overseas, because of the tariffs. Well, here, BMW has no tariffs on their BMWs. Is Verizon good? What is that one? Aerodynamic Jackal. That's an interesting name. All right, we'll write VZ down, see if we can get to it tonight. Okay, it is on my list. Okay, so if you understand tariffs, the way that it's been explained to me, okay, if China is going to take one of their products, a coffee cup, bring it over here and get a 2% tariff, okay, let's say it was $1. Well, now it's going to be $1.02. If we took the exact same coffee cup made here and sent it over to China, we normally get $1 here, but there they have to pay $2. They charge us 100% tariff over there. But when they bring their products here, 2%. That makes no sense whatsoever. The old boy says, let's just even it out. If they're going to charge us 100% tariffs, we're going to charge them 100% tariffs. It's good for the American economy. It's not good for the American people who want to buy cheap shit from overseas. Paul, dividends are great, but why do you only sell calls against stocks that pay dividends? Paul, that is an awesome question. Seriously, it is. Why do I sell calls only against stocks that have dividends? Well, here's the thing. Couple of things. Okay, you might want to write this down in case you find it interesting. Couple of reasons. There's only two different kinds of companies, ones that pay dividends and ones that don't. Here's how it goes. If a company is profitable, they have two choices. Choice number one, take those profits, put it back into the company for capital growth. That means the stock price goes up faster. That's what that means. Second choice, companies take the profits and they share it with the investors, you and me. You and me, yeah, you and me. Okay, so the reason I like dividend stocks, absolute worst case scenario, when, it's not if, when the stock drops. Because that's all they do, they go up, they go down. That's it, up, down, that's it. Okay, they don't come to your house, they don't take the dog for a walk, they don't wash the dishes, okay, they don't do anything but go up and go down. All right, so when the stocks go down and you bought it up here, and now it's down here, well, you are collecting a profit every 90 days, every quarter, a portion of the company's profits. That's reason number two. Reason number three, and the main reason, the absolute main reason, I got to change screens so you get a better feel for this. Okay? This here is an Ex-dividend calendar. All these little green dots represents companies that are getting ready to pay a dividend. Why do I like that? Well, because MO. What the heck is MO? Hold on. No, not Monsanto. It's, what the hell is MO? Shit. Altria. Damn it, okay. Altria is paying out the dividend on the 26th, the day after Christmas. Okay. What usually happens to a dividend stock, such as Altria, before the dividend? I will buy it 2 weeks before the dividend, on the 9th, which was last Monday. Stocks have a tendency to, yeah, thanks, Paul. Stocks have a tendency to increase in value just before the dividend. That information is the main reason why I do dividend stocks. Because even with that little tidbit of information, I know when a stock is moving up. Great, let me jump in, let me grab my 1%. Thank you very much. I'll see you again in 90 days. Altria pays a dividend on the 13th week of every single quarter. There's 4 quarters. January, February, March, first quarter. April, May, June, second quarter. July, August, September, third quarter. October, November, December, fourth quarter. It's 13 weeks in every quarter, 1 through 13. The 26th is the 13th week of the quarter. That's when Altria pays their dividend. 13th week of the first quarter, which would be January. Let's go back to January. Give it a second to load. Imagine that. Where the hell is it? Not there. Okay, let me go to February. Where the hell's Altria? Imagine that. I'll give you an example and it doesn't show up. 13th week. What the hell? Now, I know Altria pays more than once. Okay, wait a second. This is not good. Altria, March. What the hell is it doing in March? January, February, March. Okay, 12th week. All right, so it's the 12th week. Okay, excuse me, 12th week in, okay, yeah, that's right, the 12th week of the quarter, okay. That's 12th week of the first quarter. Okay, April, May, June. 12th week. That's the 11th week. 11, 12, 13, yeah. The 11th week of the second quarter. MO pays out, okay, January 25th. Okay, that's June. So March, June, September. Okay. 12th week. Okay, so it fluctuates between the 12th and the 13th week. All right, is what it is. All right, I stand corrected. Whoops. Okay. So this time it is the 13th week this year. All right, so anyway, as I was saying, just before the dividend is paid, okay, the stock has a tendency to go up in value. So by knowing that information allows me to jump in and do a covered call. A covered call is the simplest, safest, most predictable trading strategy there is because I already know what I'm going to make before I even do it. Let me show you quickly. Okay, let's bring up MO. Well, let's go back for a second. Okay, so Altria has a $1.02 dividend. All right, $1.02. Now let's go to trade. Here's Altria. Okay, currently, right now, it is at 55.25. So the 55 is going for 43, not quite 1%, but it is what it is. Okay. Crappy example, but usually, okay, I wouldn't do Altria because it's only 1%. Not even 1%, 43 to 50. I like 1% or better. So anyway, back to the question. I buy dividends. I only do dividend stocks because worst case scenario, I'm getting a higher and higher dividend. Okay? If your stock doesn't pay dividends, if the stock is down, you get nothing. Okay? A dividend stock that consistently increases. Now, Altria has increased its dividends for more than 5 decades. They are a dividend king. They have been in business for more than 100 years. Okay, great. It just so happens that this current week, it's less than 1%. So I wouldn't do Altria this week. But there are about 300 companies that do. All right, that being said, hopefully that answered that question. It's a great question, it really is. But the reason why I do dividend stocks only, you're not necessarily trying to collect the dividend. Absolutely correct. I'm not necessarily looking for the dividend because the dividend is only paid once every 90 days. But the premium for a covered call, 20 December, 27 December, 3 January, 10 January, 17 January, 24 January, 31 January. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times in January. Okay, so we looked at it in March, right? Towards the end of March. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's missing February. So however many weeks in February. So 13 weeks per quarter. So you get one dividend, because once every 90 days. But in between each dividend is 13 weeks. So you can get one dividend and 13 weeks between dividends. That's why I like dividend stocks, specifically those that have weekly options. Because weekly options, well, it allows me to do it every single week. I wish I picked a better example than Altria, because Altria, I'm not paying 1%. All right, let's keep progressing forward. All right, Twisted Philly. Let's do, didn't we already do Clorox, CLX? I thought we already did Clorox, CLX. Oh yeah, okay, so CLX is a little bit of a downturn, okay? We're looking for a 30-day bottom on Clorox. Now Clorox is, thanks, I'm glad you like that information, Paul. But Clorox, again, actually it's over 100 years old. They have increased their dividends for more than 50 consecutive years. They are a dividend king. Great. What is the premium? Well, currently at 172, I hate it when they do that. We already did this. We did this like 5 minutes ago. The last price was 164.90. These numbers are changing at the moment because of after hours trading. So if we use the last trade, 64.90, that's 165 is going for 140 to 175. That is over 1%. Unfortunately, look at where the stock is at the moment. If you take a look at the last 30 days, okay, here's the high, here's the low. Friday is actually the low, which means we are looking for a new bottom. Once the new bottom shows up, it's going to do one of these things. 2 days to the upside, then it's going to shoot up. Usually. Okay? It's not like death and taxes. It's not like etched in stone. It's like usually. Okay? Usually you get one 30-day high and you have one 30-day bottom. Okay? When it's low, that's when you buy. When it's high, that's when you sell. But the biggest challenge you guys are going to have is, where do you decide to sell? Because from a bottom here, what is it? See, the bottom here, which is the 164.84, to the very next high, 171. So 164 to 171 is 7. That's a $7 move. A $7 move on a $160 stock. Well, fucking calculator. $7 divide 164. Okay. It's a 4% move. Okay, so from here to here, it's 4%. You have got to decide at what point do you want to jump ship. You want 1%, you want 2%, you want 5%, you want 10%. You want to ride it up and put a trailing stop. You want to put a stop loss on it. There's a lot of things you can do. Me, simple, safe, predictable, consistent. I love covered calls. I'll buy it at the market, at the open, and I will sell it at the market, at the open, covered call against it and grab that 1%. That's what I'm looking for. 1% every single week. Now, 1% every single week comes to over 50% per year. I'm okay with 50% per year. It takes me 5 or 10 minutes every day to do it. Now, all right, next, let's go to the next one. How long for returns? Timmy, we already did this one. I go weekly. MPW, we already looked at. Coca-Cola, we already looked at that. CKPT, already did that one. I got my notepad ready. We already did that one. 24 hours. Yep. BE, no. Yep. About tariffs. Yeah, we did that tariff thing. Siri. ARB. Let's take a look at Siri. SIRI. Now, I bought Siri earlier during the year. Okay. At this time, okay, again, another company Louis wants to look at Nike. NKE. All right, now Louis, we might not be able to get to it because we got a bunch we got to go through. I got to go through them as fast as I can. Now, I will answer every single question, so please ask the question only once. It makes it easier. Okay, I don't like looking at the same questions over and over again, but I do every single question before the night is over. All right, so Siri, again, one of those companies we're looking for the bottom. 30-day high right here, a little over 29. We're currently at 23. Okay, that's a $6 drop. That's almost 20%. That's almost a 20% drop. So you have investors on the side like me saying, when is it going to turn so that I can jump in? Because I have no problem whatsoever jumping in on Siri as soon as she turns. Okay, see what it did right here? She turned one up. Right here, turned one up. Right here, turned one up. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the bottom. Now, I like Siri. I will take a look at Siri tomorrow. Okay? After hours tomorrow, we'll take a look at Siri again. And it's 50-50 shot. It's either going to make a lower low or it's going to bounce up. One or the other. There is no in between. Okay? It's left, right, up, down, hot, cold. There is no in between. Alrighty. Stacy, how are you, Sky Stones? What's happening, Miss Cindy? Enchanté, Miss Cindy. Secretariat, what stock is that, James? For an over 6% setup for tomorrow. Logged in late. Uh-oh, what was that? I think it was MPW. What, MPW or... I think it was Riot. I think so. All right, WW, you understand? Cool beans. Thank you for your wisdom. All right, that's one thing you cannot buy. Wisdom. That's why I tell those rich kids, yeah, you may be young and rich, but what you ain't got is wisdom. All right, Brandon, SoFi. I was on a roll, all good shit, until somebody throws that SoFi at me. S-O-F-I. I'm going directly to Yahoo Finance. Because SoFi, there are no dividends at this period in time. So Brandon, SoFi, seriously, dude, okay, when I say I want dividends, okay, this is a channel for dividend investing for weekly cash flow. Why would you give me SoFi if you know SoFi doesn't have dividends? And if you know SoFi doesn't have dividends, why would you do it? And if you didn't know, why the hell would you do it if you don't know about the stock in the first place? Sean, why don't you just put your money into an ETF and leave it? Holy shit. Sean, seriously, I'll give you $1,000 if you can tell me one ETF that pays over 50%. One ETF that pays over 50% consistently for the last 15 years. And don't give me that crap, Coney. Coney's only been around for a year. Okay? I like 20 years, 2 decades of consistent profits. So please, tell me one ETF that even gets over 30%. Don't have to go for the 50. One ETF that gets over 30%. I'm waiting. We got a couple hundred people here in the audience. We're all waiting to hear. What magical ETF do you think is going to do better than my 50% per year? I thought so. Quiet. Crickets. SoFi, no. Roger. Target, I love Target, I do. Now Target, I learned my lesson with Target a long time ago. Stay away from Target during earnings. The market maker over exaggerates the earnings reports. So Target, here's our high, here's our low. Look at this big black swan here, black swan here, black swan here, black swan here. What do those four have in common? Dividend, 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 dividend. Okay, all right around the earnings reports. Okay, good earnings report, bad earnings report, stock jumps. If I do Target, I'm staying away from the earnings reports. All right, so the high of the year, 182. A year ago, we're at 138. Bottomed out at 120. Interesting thing, when she bottomed out down here, this is where I buy. Because I've seen Target do it every single year. Every single year. You got an earnings report, market maker over exaggerates and drops it. Black swan, okay? And then she shoots up. Okay, right now she's in a little bit of a pullback because you have your 30-day bottom here. Your 30-day top was a week ago. Now she's pulling back. So Target, yeah, we're going to look at it in 2 weeks. 2 weeks for Target. Not next week, 2 weeks. Okay. Okay, Sean, you asked me how do I get 50%? Well, I'm assuming you're new here because number one, you asked me that ETF crap. Okay, I don't like ETFs. Okay, haven't you seen enough Terminator movies? Why would you give your money to a computer? ETF, electronically traded funds. And don't give me that exchange traded fund bullshit. All the exchanges are computers. Okay, you're giving your money to a computer and you say, here, you give me what you think. Yeah, give me a good ETF and I'll break it down for you. And don't give me Coney, that thing's only been around for a year. Okay, Zach. Oh, Zeldancow. That's interesting, Zeldancow. What are your thoughts on realty income as a dividend stock? All right, here we go. No. Wasn't that quick, Alex? Okay. Okay, Zeldancat. See that? Monthly options, which means I can only do this once a month. Louis, he gets at least 1% a week. It's doable. Yeah, I mean, think about it. 1% a week, it sounds like crap. Like, why would you waste your time for 1%? Well, here's the thing. Hold the phone. Now, let's go back to my account, okay? Because I have 6 accounts. I share 3 of them with you. 3, that's it. Okay? Account number 1, 168,000. What's 1% of 168,000? That's $1,600, right? Okay? Account number 2, 190,000. What's 1% of 190,000? That's $1,900. Now, when I say 5 to 10 minutes a day, because it's simple. As a matter of fact, in a little bit, I'm going to run through a bunch of stocks, and you can see how quickly I run through, because you're looking for simplicity. Okay? Adults, most of us here over the age 18, have a tendency to make it more complicated than it needs to be. All right. So if you think about it, okay, 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, that's a little over an hour. $1,600 for 1 hour. Look at this account, 190,000. Okay, 1 hour a week, that's $1,900 an hour. Now you tell me whether that's good or bad. Okay, account number 3, this is a newest one. I just started it in July, 130. You figure it out, 1,300. Yeah, so all that being said, the numbers are there, the numbers work. It's like, what do you want to do? I like simple, safe, predictable, consistent. It's boring as hell. It's the exact same stocks week after week. You know what? I haven't done this in a while. Let's check this out. Let's go all the way back. And I'm going to rattle off a few, and you tell me if they sound familiar. Okay, all the way back to week number 1. Here we go. Week number 1. Ford, CVS, General Motors, Macy's. Week number 2. Ford, Lowe's, Clorox. Aren't we looking at Clorox now? We just looked at Clorox a couple minutes ago. General Motors, Macy's. Week number 3. Macy's, Ford, Capital One Finance, General Motors, Clorox. Week number 4, Clorox, Capital One Finance, Ford, General Motors, Macy's. Week number 5, Ford, General Motors, Macy's, Target. Didn't we just look at Target? Okay. Week number 6, KeyBank, Macy's, Emerson Electric, 3M. Macy's, 3M, KeyBank. Well, let's scoot up way up a little higher. Where are we? Week 28. Kohl's, Siri, Walgreens, Macy's, MPW. Didn't we look at Macy's? MPW a little while ago? Okay. Oh, Walgreens, LUV, Southwest Airlines, Siri. We just looked at Siri a couple of seconds ago. Macy's, Wells Fargo, MPW, Siri, General Electric. We looked at General Electric. I think it was the second one we looked at tonight. NEE, Nextera Energy, Walgreens, Kohl's, Marathon, MPW, Ford. You can go through the list and you will see certain stocks pop up over and over and over again. Why? Well, look, All right, I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We had a saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working fine, don't fuck with it. Leave it alone. Okay, if I do Macy's every single week, great. It gives me a consistent return every single week. All right, let's keep on going. Oh, so anyway, Zeldan Cat. Yeah, oh, Realty, no. Because, yeah, they give a monthly income for the dividend. I mean, for the, yeah, they give a monthly dividend. Monthly, not weekly. You cannot, well, you could trade O Realty weekly, but you'd have to sit in front of your computer in order to do so. Okay, not something I want to do. Pickled peanuts. I got 0 cost average on MPW, so all profit for me. Nice, dude. Way to go. All right, rude dude. Sean, explain how you get 50%. Okay, Sean, ready? Here we go. Let's pick on Macy's because I like Macy's. All right, Sean, you ready? You ready? You got a pencil, piece of paper? You know what, Sean? This is recorded. You're on YouTube. You are being recorded at the moment. The screen behind you is being recorded. So let's quickly take a look at Macy's. I like Macy's. You see me do Macy's over and over and over again. Great. Macy's is currently at 1656. Okay? 1650. That's what I'm going to look at. Now, here we go. We're going to do a covered call. Here it is, covered call at 1650 right there. We're going to do just one contract so I don't scare you away with 20 or 30 contracts, but just one. Market order first thing in the morning. So, first thing in the morning, this order will fill. Are you ready? Here we go. Buy one, covered call Macy's 100s. That is the weekly. 20, December 24. That means it's going to expire this Friday. The $16.50 call option against the stock, Macy's, at the market to open. Okay, that's the order. Buy one covered call Macy's at the market to open. The $16.50. All right. Break even is $16.18. So anything over $16.18 is going to be a profit. Well, here's the thing. The stock is currently at $16.55. So at 16.18, 16.19, that's where the profit starts. So if the stock goes up, profit. Stock stays the same, profit. Stock can even come down a little bit, all the way down to 16.18 and still be in a profit. Well, the thing is, it's bouncing off of a 30-day bottom, going to the upside. That's the only time I want to buy. I don't want to buy at the high. I don't want to buy it when it's falling. I want to buy it after it falls, it bounces, and starts going back up again. That's all stocks do. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. That's it. They do not come to your house, make your bed, put the little candies on your pillow and tuck you in. They don't do that shit. They go up, they go down. That's it. Okay, you get a 30-day high, turns around, 30-day bottom, turns around, 30-day, same thing, over and over again. Okay, so here we are. Here's the order. Okay, what is the profit? The maximum profit for this one contract is $32. Well, that's not a whole heck of a lot of money. That's what I said. It's slow, it's boring. Okay, but $32 is the profit for one contract. All right, so let's pull up the calculator. We get our $32 profit. And to find your rate of return, you take your profit and you divide it by your investment. The investment for one contract, $1,618.65. So let's do the math. Divided by $1,618.65. Now, you ready? I'm going to hit the equal sign and it's going to tell you what the rate of return for 1 week is. Oh, look at that, 1.97. How do I get 1%? Well, this particular trade right here, Macy's, I love Macy's, it's my #1 stock this year. Most productive stock I've had in years. Macy's this year, 1.97. You want to know how I make 1%? I do trades like this. Okay, Macy's, Nordstrom's, Kohl's, drawing a blank. Anyway, SMCI, no. I don't like SMCI. No dividends, no thank you. So hopefully, Paul, that answers your question. Let's go back to where we were and let's continue moving forward. Okay. Where were we? Where were we? Where were we? Okay. Rip dude, uh-oh. 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 I gotta go back a couple questions. All right. Okay, you can see his screen usually on YouTube, 10-minute trade. Thank you for that. Simone, how are you today? Ax, you want to take a look at U.S. Steel? Oh, I got a margin call on U.S. Steel, Simone. I did. Margin call. Sleepy Joe said no, and then things just dropped. Okay, so U.S. Steel, here we go. You're at the high of the year, okay, a year ago, 50.25. Basically just went sideways almost all year. Look at that. Like almost sideways all year long. A little dip here and a little dip here. All right. What's the last 30 days? The last 30 days is what's really screwed us. Okay. Back in November. Look at the movement. Okay. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. So we're looking for a new bottom for U.S. Steel. Okay. U.S. Steel, they have their ups, they have their downs. It's U.S. Steel. They've been around for over 100 years. Unfortunately, looks like we're going to wait a little bit until we find the bottom for U.S. Steel. Now, I have U.S. Steel in a couple of accounts. I got a margin call on one because U.S. Steel took a big dump. Because I got U.S. Steel here at 41. Okay, it was a nice, beautiful setup. Then she pulled back, went up a little bit, didn't quite hit the 41 again, and then we had this big drop on Tuesday. Okay, do I win all the time? No, I never said that I win all the time. I said I average 1% per week. I think I had one losing week this week, and I think I have 3 weeks that I didn't make 1%. Okay? But it's 52 weeks in a year. We are currently coming up on week number 52, is it? No, 51. Okay, so, yeah, this is week 50, 51, and 52. Okay? So we only have 2 weeks left. 2 full weeks. 2.5 weeks left. Okay? And 1 week, I didn't hit my 1%. Wait a minute. 1 week, I lost. 3 weeks, I didn't hit 1%. So, actually, it's not bad. In my humble opinion, of course. I've been wrong once or twice. All right. SMCI, Jacob, sorry. SMCI, no dividends, no thank you. Alaya, I have a rule. If the stock has no dividends, I don't want it. Brother, I hear you. I like that rule. I do. Macy's and WBA. Chris, we just looked at Macy's. D-Dub, what's up? WBA, Walgreens. Let's take a look at Walgreens, WBA. I like Walgreens. I have more Walgreens than I should, but it is what it is. Okay, our high was back in December, 27. Look at where we are for the past, 4 months? The past 4 months. Look at that movement. Big jump up with talks of, what was that? What? Talks of a buyout. Okay, shot up. I think I got rid of almost all my Walgreens because I sold the 9s. Okay, I bought it at 9. Where am I? Yeah, okay, so I'm in it at 9.13. And I sold the 9s. And they didn't buy me out. Alrighty. Is what it is. Okay, so. Walgreens. Not a real good time to jump into Walgreens because there's a lot of unanswered questions. Okay? Did they accept the deal? If they did accept the deal, what are they paying for all the outstanding shares? Okay, now my shares are at $9.10. You know, I bought them at $9.11, $9.12, whatever it is. But I sold somebody the option to buy it from me at $9. So if the new company decides to pay somebody $15 a share, how much do I get? I get $9. I sold somebody else the rights over and above $9. If they decide to act on that, well, good for them. Did I get my 1%? Yes, I did. That's what I'm looking for. That's one of the downsides about this trading strategy. If the stock jumps up, you're only getting your 1%. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for I'm not looking for this. If it happens, great for someone else. Me, I want the predictability and I want the safety. Okay? That's why I'm only looking for 1%, and that's why I'm only doing weeklies. Okay? I see it every once in a while. You'll see something shoot up. It's like, good for that guy or girl. I don't judge. Macy's Walgett Altria. Casey, we already looked at Altria. Airborne Master, YOO. What the heck is YOO? That is never a good sign if I say, what the heck is that? Yangaroo. Yeah, no, can't find that one. No, Altria, we already did that one. What about Ford? What about Bob? What about, I'm sailing? I'm sailing. Okay, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Okay, look at this. The last couple of months, just sideways. Okay, we're down here, 1039, 1033, which is the 1050, 10 cents. Might get you 1% out of that. Well, I love Ford. Ford was my number one stock last year. Not this year, but last year. Okay. High, 1481. Bottom, 1951. Look at the last 4 months. What a beautiful move. Look at that. Okay? It's bouncing right here. Here's the bottom right there. Let me zoom into that and get a better look at it. Let's take this out that way. Let's look at the last 30 days. Where do you think it's going to go? Well, 30 days ago, we're here at 11. Up, down, a little bit up, down. Now she's going up again. Or is she? Because Wednesday is the 30-day bottom. Thursday was higher, and Friday was higher also, but had a lower tail. So depending on what you're looking at. If I'm looking at the tail, okay, Friday was down. If I'm looking at the open and close, whatnot, Friday was up. So it depends on what you're looking at. But it is kind of going towards the upside. But I wouldn't jump in until I see what happens on Monday. And then you got to ask yourself that question. Okay? Question number one. Always, always, always. Question number one. Does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, don't do it. If it doesn't make sense, either stay and listen a little bit longer, or you know what the off button is. It's actually that simple. All right, let's keep on going. I like Ford. I do. It was my number one pick last year, but not this year. DW, right. It was in March. I was wrong. I was incorrect. See, I'm not right all the time. I was looking in January. I was right. Okay, Colby's, F-E-I-N, CTO, is the next 100X and only 20 grand ETH version at, okay, join the, okay. Thank you, Colby's. All right, of options, what are your average annual returns? Last year was 40%, this year it's over 80%. Crazy. What's your advice for someone new to trading? My advice for somebody new for trading is make sure it makes sense. Never do something you can't explain in a couple of words. Okay? If you can't explain, if you can't give me a 30-second elevator pitch as to why you're buying something, what's your entry point, what's your exit point, what's your risk strategy, then don't buy it. You should be able to defend every position that you jump into. Macy's, I love Macy's. It's over 100 years old. You cannot buy the name recognition that Macy's has. They've done the New Year's Day parade, Easter parade, Valentine's Day parade, summer parade, winter parade, spring parade, Christmas parade, Thanksgiving parade, every single year for 100 years. Macy's is a great company. They've consistently increased their dividends. This year they had 4 buyout proposals. Didn't take them. I look like Mike Berry. Michael, I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. Let's keep going. What stock is that, Little Monk? Well, currently we're just looking at Ford. Now, I do have to admit it takes me a while to get to all the questions. I apologize for that. I can't do due diligence to each and every question as soon as they come up. So I have to pace them out. I get a good question and I go on it. Okay, where can I find when dividends are being sent? Ooh, Ex-dividend calendar. You can go right to Google. There's a whole bunch of them. In the Google search, put in Ex-dividend calendar, and you'll get a whole bunch of them. Find one that you like. I like the one that comes on this trading platform. Okay? I like the ones on the trading platform with Thinkorswim because it's right here at my fingertips. I can take a look at what I'm looking at, what's coming up next week, what's coming up the week after. What you think about intelligent portfolios. Organic Mom, I appreciate the question, but I need a little bit more details about it. Now, Rami, or is it Rami? I don't know. I asked you very nicely. Seriously, very nicely. Only put the question in once. I will get to every single question. You put it in 3 times. I'm not that dense. I do know how to read. I may not have gone to college, but I do know how to read. Asking the question 3 times does not make it any more pertinent that I'm going to get to it. Number 1, I never heard of the company. So let's take a look at it anyway. Is it APLD? APLD. Let's try it here. APLD. Applied Digital Corporation. Okay, it has weekly options. It's at $8.90. Why have I never heard of it? Well, let's see how well they pay their dividends. APLD. Okay, seriously, fucking dude, seriously? You're on a station. Okay, the station right there at the top. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. If you ask me 3 times, I'm going to make the assumption you know something about the company. Well, apparently you don't. There are no dividends. Why would you come to a dividend show or dividend live and ask me about a company that doesn't have dividends? It freaking makes no sense whatsoever. Next, Club Med Tom. Could you walk us through one more of the covered calls from Monday through the end of Friday from last week? Okay, cool. Louis, it's trash stock too, anyway. I don't know. I've never heard of it. There is a reason why I've never heard of it. If it doesn't have dividends, why am I looking at it? There's 9,800 companies to choose from. 4,500 have dividends. 4,500 do not have dividends. So why the hell am I looking at one that doesn't? Okay, the name of the show is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow. Why would you show me a stock that doesn't have dividends? Anyway, Club Med Tom, a trade from last week to this week. How about Intel? INT. All right. Nice. Ooh, 2 days to the upside. You're going to like this one, Tom. You ready? All right, here we go. Intel, tra-la-la. Okay. How do you feel about ACI merger? Cammy, how are you today? I never heard of the company. If the company has 20 years of increased dividends, then I would have heard of them. If they do not, I wouldn't have heard of them. Okay? I do update my list every year. Okay? Thoughts on the ticker BITO? BITO hasn't been around for 20 years. Okay? BITO, no. What was I saying? Squirrel. Anyway, Intel. Here's the high, 37. Here's the bottom, down here at 18. Look at the movement of the past couple of months. Okay, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Look, it's bouncing right here. I love it. It's bouncing in the last couple of weeks, last 30 days, right there. 30 days ago. Check it out. 30 days ago, we're at 24.50. We shoot up to 25.50, drop all the way down. Wednesday is the 30-day bottom. Thursday was an up day. Friday was an up day. Now, if you're going from the tops, no, it wasn't. But if you're going from the bottoms, look, it's going to the upside. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. What happens next? Usually she bounces off the 30-day bottom and goes back up. Great, I'm looking for 1%. Currently, she's sitting at 23.39. The 2050s, okay? The 2050s are going for 48 cents. That's 2% trade right there. So, Tom, let's take a look. Okay, we like the 2050s. Let's change it to covered stock, the 2050s right there. One contract right there at the market. So she fills first thing in the morning. So if I send this, okay, if I hit that send button, it goes directly to the market maker. And when he turns his computer on first thing in the morning, he's going to see this. Probably with a whole shitload of other orders, but he's going to see this one. Okay, so here it is. Ready? Buy one covered call INTC. That's Intel. 100. That's the weekly. 20 December 24. That means this option is going to expire on Friday. So whoever buys it, anyone can buy it. Someone in Taiwan, someone in Kentucky, someone in Idaho, someone in Florida, someone in Hawaii. I don't know where they are. Whoever buys it. I'm just selling it. Okay, I'm selling somebody the rights to buy it from me at this price by this date. Okay, so the option is going to expire. $20.50. It's going to expire on the 20th. It's 3:59 p.m. the 20th on Friday. All right, break even is 1987. Well, we're currently at 2040. Okay, max profit 63 bucks. Let's pull up that calculator. What does $63 come to? Clear that, 63 bucks divided by 1,987 equals 3.1. Ooh, I'm writing that one down. Oh, it's already written down. It's actually, seriously, look, it's written down. It's at the top of my list for tomorrow. Anyway, next, AGNC. Well, let's get rid of this. Whoops. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's go back to here. China Sapra invites you to co-host. Dude, I have no idea who you are. Okay, sorry. I don't co-host with people I don't know. Back to the beginning, and here's AGNC. Now, didn't we take a look at AGNC last night? AGNC. Nothing happened between yesterday and today. So why are we looking at AGNC again? I don't know. All right, here's the high. 1085. That was the end of September. Okay, middle of April is the bottom at 893. Last year, we're at 980. Okay, the last 90 days, look at the last 90 days. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so she's going down, looking for a new bottom. AGNC, it looks like it's going to be a week away. So not next week, but the week after. So I'm writing AGNC for 2 weeks. AGNC for 2 weeks. All righty. UGI, Simple Simon. Simple Simon says, UGI. UGI. No. Sorry, Simple Simon. Monthly. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Okay? There's 9,800 different companies out there. This one does not fit. It looks pretty. I tried it on. It don't fit. No, thank you. ADC. What the heck is ADC? It's never a good thing when I say, what the heck is that? Oh, that's what it is. It's a no. Oh, Eric Zai, Kohl's. I like Kohl's. I actually have some Kohl's. And Kohl's is one of those ones we're looking for the new bottom, okay? We're looking for the new bottom on Kohl's. It is on my list to take a look at tomorrow and Tuesday. AMD, no. Okay, Advanced Micro Devices, no dividends, no thank you. Jojo, what do I think about TMC, Turner Movie Classics? On a long shot game? Monthly, no. Sorry. United, user 3495, yeah, whatever. Okay, Timothy, I'm gonna call you Timothy. You asked me 3 times in a row, dude. Okay, once is sufficient. Okay, I can read properly. Okay, United once, got it. United twice, well, really got it. United 3 times, just pissing me off. Okay, can't follow simple directions. Michael Matthew, are you capping? You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. What do you mean by am I capping? Can we see some P&L, sir? P&L. Why does everybody wants to see the P&L? What the fuck? You don't believe me? Here we go. Okay. Okay. Date P&L. Year-to-date profit and loss. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually still own all of those, so 0 losses in this account. There you go. Current profit in this account, I believe, is 90,000 bucks. I started out with 152. That's pretty freaking good. I think so. Whoops. All right, what was next? ADC? What the heck is ADC? ADC. Oh, another no. Rob DeLuca, have you been able to get your website learn more? Hey, Robert, dude, I'm serious. I'm going to apologize. Seriously, I am. Today was crazy. I usually do all my website work on a Sunday. Okay, I went to play soccer this morning. Nobody there. Came home, went down to Mom's house, did some work at Mom's house, got back a little while ago. Had to go to the church Christmas thing. Got back 15 minutes ago. Not 15 minutes ago. 15 minutes before I had to come on. I had no time to do anything. I will get to it. Seriously, I will. I paid someone to do it because I'm not very good at it, but they didn't figure it out. Sorry, I didn't get it done. Jeep come true. Where is Tesla going tomorrow? TSLA. No idea. It's at the high of the year. It has no dividends. It's a no. Okay, so I really don't know, Jeep. Don't know, don't care to know. I'm confused at how you are profiting on upside move on a covered call. Let me think. How do I explain this? How am I profiting on an upside move on a covered call? All right, let's go back to Macy's for a second, Michael. Okay, currently Macy's is at 1655, right? Okay. Now, get rid of this. Jump over here. Come to covered stock. The 1655s. Okay, 1655s right there. Market order. Okay. So, here's the thing. Let me bring the calculator up so you can see this also. Get rid of that. Okay. The break even is 1618. Okay, so if the stock drops to 1617, I start losing money. At 1618, it's break even. I don't make any money. I don't lose any money. Okay. Currently, the stock is at 1655. It's in an upward trend. Okay. Now, if I'm buying it at 1655 and I sell the 1650, I'm losing 5 cents right off the top. Great. Take that 5 cents out of the equation. Now, this is what I'm making off this deal. $2 for one contract. One contract, $32. 3 contracts, $96. 100 contracts, $1,300 and whatever. I mean, $3,200, whatever. Okay, one contract, $32. Great. $32 divided by what I'm paying for the stock, $1,618. Okay, $1,618.65. All right. Now, my profit on this particular trade is 1.97 or $32. That's my profit. Now, if the stock goes to $17, $18, or $20, somebody's going to exercise that right and buy that stock away from me at $16.50. Well, at $16.50 or even at $18, what do I make off of it? I make $32. So no matter what the stock does, if she goes up, okay, if she goes to 19, 18, 17, 30, whatever, whoever bought the option from me, they get all that uptrend, all that upside. I get from where it is now, 1655 to 1650. That's all I get. Only get that $32 per contract. If she goes up $1, I get $32. If she goes up $5, I get $32. If she goes up $100, I get $32. I'm okay with that. That's what I'm here for. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. That's what I want. The only way that I can lose, 2 different ways. If the stock drops and I sell it at a loss, or if I hit the wrong button somewhere and do something stupid. Does it happen? Yeah, I think I did it like 3 or 4 times this year. I've been trading for 20 years, and I do hit the wrong button every once in a while. So Michael, I don't know why you're confused. The only way I'm going to lose is if I do something specifically wrong. Now, 2 weeks ago, I hit the wrong button in a Harley Davidson, and I think I lost like $2,500 because I hit the wrong button. Okay, it happens. That's why I tell people, anytime you do a trade, read it out loud to make sure it sounds like what you want to do. Buy one covered call Macy's 100s. That's the weeklies. 20, December 24. It's expiring this Friday, the 20th of December. The $16.50 call strike. Well, right now the stock's at $16.55. It's already in the money. It's a safe trade. Okay? The $16.50 call option against the Macy's stock at the market to open. That's the order for tomorrow morning. So no matter what happens between now and Friday, I already collected that $32. So as soon as somebody buys that option from me, I got my 1.97%. Now all it has to do Friday is just stay, at 16.50 or higher. But 16.18 for me to be profitable. Because even if she closes at 16.20, I make a 2-cent profit. Big deal. Okay? All I'm looking for is the stock to stay where it is or go up. It could even come down a little bit and I'm still okay. Okay? It's always, always, always a numbers game. What am I buying it for? What's the closest strike price? What am I selling that for? Is that 1% or more? So I'm hopefully that straightens out some of the confusion. So even if the stock goes up, I'm still getting my 1%. Is your 1% rule also applied when paying cash secured puts? When do you play the put side? Oh, Paul. Okay, see, now Paul, I'm a nice guy, but I got to draw the line somewhere. I share only one trading strategy, and that's it. Now, this particular strategy here, if done properly, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week, that's over 50% per year. I only share one freebie, that's it. Okay, I do have a trading group, okay, that we do trades together. I do a lot of different trades there. I do cash secured puts, I do spreads, I do calendars. But here, for free, for you guys, one, that's it. I got to draw the line somewhere. I can't give away everything, all right? So I always say, learn this one first. Okay? When you're ready to join my trading group in the morning, I'll share a lot more with you. Okay, next question. Uh-oh. Where were we? Dun, 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 dun. Wow, I missed all these questions. Luke, traders don't share their tricks. If they did, their tricks would be... Hey, when do I do live in the morning? I go live every morning at 9 a.m. except on Fridays. Fridays we go live at 2:30 because I want to give everybody the opportunity to make sure all their positions for the week are going to be safe and profitable. Okay, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. All right, where are we? Holy shit. Low is all. What the heck is L? L-O-W, low. Whoops, let's get out of here. Dun, dun, and out of here, and back to where we were. Alrighty, next, AMD. All right, Samir Patel, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, no dividends, no thank you. Okay, obliques. You want to look at Q. What the heck is Q? Never a good sign if I got to say, what the heck is this? Yeah, no options, no thank you. AMD, no. Moby Dick, no. OVO, what the heck is OVO? Can't find that symbol. What do I think of Procter & Gamble? Awesome company. In business over 100 years. Dividend king extraordinaire. 5 decades or more of increased dividends. Currently at 172.92 to 172.50, 75. We're going to say no. So I didn't even look at the chart. Look, the numbers, not 1%, no thank you. Okay, there's 9,800 different companies. I like this company, I really, really do. But every once in a while, the premiums just don't work. Okay. Stephen, 1% know your whole portfolio. Well, Stephen, okay, Stephen Shelton 76. I have 6 different accounts. I share 3 of them publicly. Okay, when I invest 98% of everything in that account. Why leave it sitting there? Okay, I'm not a firm believer in cash. Uh-oh. Mr. Premium of the option. You can find everything about trading, selling options for free. You're absolutely correct. That's what I'm doing here, sharing everything for free. All right. Well, no, not everything. I'm just sharing one for free. Okay. Can you please share my thoughts on AMD? I did. I don't like it. No dividends, no thank you. AMD. Here it is. Here's AMD. Great. It has weekly options at 127.69. The 128 is going for 270. That's over 1%. But no options, no thank you. There's no backup plan. And when is it going to go up? The reason I like dividend stocks is because by knowing, all right, hold on. By knowing when the dividend is, the dividend has a tendency to make the stock value go up before the dividend is paid. So knowing when a stock is going to move beforehand, well, it kind of puts the odds and probabilities in my favor. AMD has no dividends. So how am I supposed to know when the stock is going to go up? All right, Luke. Helping, since you're so smart, why aren't you on the out with a bunch of strippers? Wow, okay. Definitely a youngster there. Okay, have you ever been on a yacht with a bunch of strippers? Seriously. I mean, they're nice to look at. That's it. Try to talk to one of them. Most of them, no. Don't have the brain capacity for opening up a cup of coffee. That's a weird one. Right? And then you got to listen to them. Yeah, no thank you. You get to a certain point in life, you want quality rather than quantity. Okay? Or you want one good one. All right, anyway. Obliques, what percentage of your total portfolio do you risk on a single trade? I like to cap it off at 20%. Maybe he is. Luke just happened to click on to see what's going on. I'd be happy to compare portfolios. I don't do that game. You know, I don't do that measuring thing. Who's bigger? Yeah, no thank you. Can you please share your thought? Okay, Samir Patel. I share my thoughts on AMD. I asked you to ask the question once and only once. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, no dividends, no thank you. Simple. There's 9,800 different companies. AMD does not fit. Rob DeLuca, please get your website fixed. I really want to learn about your strategy. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you what, Rob, while you're here right now, DM me with your email and I will send it to you as soon as we're done. I got my computer right here. All right. So as soon as we're done with your email, not here on the screen, to a direct message. Okay. Go up to the left, DM me with your email. I will cut, paste, and I'll send it to you directly while I'm trying to figure out the website thing. Okay. I want a direct line to the government so they can give me insider information. Good for you. They do have a website where you actually follow all of the crooked, what do you call those things? Politicians, and follow what they're doing. JetBlue, no thank you. James, is Nike not enough of a dividend for you? It's got nothing to do with the dividends, Louis. Okay, hold on. Nike. Did we even look at Nike yet? NKE. NKE. Whoops. Okay. Nike is just starting to drop. It's just starting to pull back. Here's your 30-day high. Look, she's starting to pull back. So Nike is not on the list for this week. Simple. Not on the list for this week. Okay. I like Nike. I bought Nike a bunch of times this year. I buy it, get my profit, I get out. I don't hold on to anything. The longest I've ever held anything is 9 months. And I didn't do it because I wanted to. Roger that. You got that, Louis? So with Nike, I like it. But look, here's the 30-day bottom, 30-day top. Okay, there's going to be profit taken. She's going to come down to this area before I jump back in again. But I will keep looking at it. Okay, I'm not looking at it this week. I'm not going to look at it next week, but I'm going to look at it in 2 weeks because I think it's going to take 2 weeks for it to get down to this area. And I do have it on the list for next week to take a look at. How about Amazon? Ace, great. You love Amazon, more power to you. No dividends, no thank you. Amazon doesn't pay dividends. What about Elon Musk's SpaceX? No dividends, no thank you. What's your number one pick this year? Macy's. Check out EOSE. It's going to skyrocket. Yeah, I seriously doubt it. What percentage of your total portfolio do you risk on a single trade? 20%. Thoughts on SCHD? No thank you. No dividends? No thank you. AGNC, we already looked at that one. UMI, what the heck is UMI? UMI. No options, no thank you. SpaceX is a private company, it's not public. Thanks, Luke. What do I think about Procter & Gamble? We already looked at Procter & Gamble. What about Microsoft? Ooh, MSFT. Microsoft, ooh, $400. I like to stay under 250, but let's take a look. Too high. Now think about it. Look, the last 90 days. This is the last 90 days. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Great. I don't buy at the high because here, 447, look at all this space down here. So the people who bought at 405 and 410 and 415, well, look at all this profit here. It's not a profit until you take it. And these people that bought down here, well, they haven't had a chance to take their profits yet. Pet Palace Shop. That's my opinion on Microsoft. Too high for me. UMI, we already looked at that one. Nancy Elliott, what's up? What do you think about intelligent portfolios? Okay, Organic Mom, you asked me that question already. You got to be more specific because what's the difference between an intelligent portfolio and a stupid portfolio? I guess it all depends on who's reading it. Because P&L skips the process, proves focus is still in wrong spot. Okay, I don't know how to answer that question for you. Okay, P&L skips the process. Proves focus is still in the wrong spot. Well, let me think. The way I started out with 137, and my profit and loss year to date oh, and I got a margin call. Okay, so, let's move that over a little bit. Okay. Cash sweep, 156,000. So if I liquidate, I'm walking away at 168. What's my profit and loss year to date? 88,000. 88,000 on a $168,000 position. I think that's pretty good. Actually, it's closer to 90, but I got a margin call, a potential margin call. All right, I'll have to take care of it. All right, next. I understand craziness, just wanting to get on this strategy is all. Okay, all right, Robert, no problem. Hey, James, what about Microsoft? Up, down on Monday. Okay, we just looked at Microsoft, okay? The high was Thursday. Friday as a little bit of pullback. Now, is that beginning of pullback, of profit taking, or is it just a glitch? Because see, Tuesday was a glitch. See, Monday was a high. Well, let's go do it this way. Okay. Monday, there's the high on Monday. Tuesday, she pulled back. You'd think that's starting to pull back. Wednesday, she went higher again. Thursday, higher still. Friday, pulled back. Now, is it the beginning of a downturn or is it just a minor glitch? Okay, minor glitch. See if there's another one. I already pointed that one out. I don't do Microsoft when it looks like this. Sorry. DKG302, evening, James. What are the stocks you're going to be looking at tomorrow? There you go, right there. All right, Ellen. Uh-oh, I gotta straighten Ellen out. Where was I? Okay. Ellen, thanks for the tip. And ARR, they are headquartered close to me, so I invested in them. Okay, Ellen, seriously, I don't give tips. I don't give advice. I read numbers. I do a little bit of fancy math. I show certain trading strategies, but I don't give tips and I don't give advice. I just give my opinion. Chris, am I a millionaire? I'm not quite sure how to answer that question. What if the stock keeps dropping? Well, JWH, okay, here's the thing. I get 5 simple rules to trading. Number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Number 3, consistent profits. I personally like 20 years of consistent profits. Number 4, weekly options are a must. 5, do the numbers work? What's the current purchase price? What's the closest strike price? Is the premium that I sell doing a covered call 1% or more? Those are the numbers. 1 step, is it the right time to buy? No, I don't buy it at the high. I buy when, see the bottom, and it turns and goes back up, bottom turns, goes up, bottom turns, goes up. That's where I buy, as it's turning. I don't buy at the bottom because you don't know. Here, watch this. Now, it says it's the current bottom right there. How do you know what the next bottom is going to be? Okay? You don't know until the next day comes. It's either going to be lower or it's going to be higher. If it's higher, it's 1 day up. I like 2 days up before I jump in. Question, Luke. James, are there any weeks where you don't buy anything? Well, there are weeks where I don't have any money to buy anything. So if I just want to hold like a savings account and collect monthly dividends, you think better to hold Macy's rather than an ETF? No, not at all. Okay, not at all. The yield on Macy's as opposed to some of the ETFs, no. Okay? Now, if you're a buyer and hold it, if you want to buy something and hold it, you're definitely in the wrong place. I mean, if you're just killing time saying, hey, what's the other half doing? Okay, well, this is the other half doing, you know. I buy, I sell, I buy, I sell. I don't hold on to anything. Nothing. The longest I've ever held anything, I think it was Kimberly Clark last year. I bought it, I held on to it for 9 months. But during those 9 months, I collected 3 dividends and over 30 premiums. It made a nice profit after it turned around and I resold it for a profit. Okay, I'm not a panic seller. If it drops, like, okay, what am I going to do now? Now, when that stock is dropping, I will sell covered calls against it, 3 to 4 to 5 strikes out of the money as long as it makes sense. I don't want to get too close because if and when it turns around, I don't want to get bit in the butt. I got bit in the butt by Target last year. I lost 15 grand in 1 day. One day I went to bed. Next day it's up $16 and I'm at the short end. It was either cough up 15 grand or lose 25. And there was no third option. Well, actually, there was a third option, but I wasn't aware of the third option until this year. So this year I'm aware of the third option, so that won't happen again. Okay, if the stock drops, then the contract expires and you can just hold the stock. Absolutely. Okay? So if the stock drops, and it does happen, okay? Now, perfect example, US Steel. Okay. Okay, here's US Steel. All right? Perfect example. Let's go and US Steel. Okay. Now, I jumped into US Steel at 41.24. Okay, it dropped. I bought some more at 32. So now my dollar cost average is 39. Now I'm into US Steel 46,000. I cap it off at 50. Okay, 4 more thousand is not going to change it a lot, but currently US Steel, come on. Okay. Currently, US Steel is around 32. Sorry, it's at 33. 33.26. Well, I'm into it at 41. Way the hell up here. The 41's actually worthless. Let's open up a 31. 41. That can't be right. Nice. Okay, so take a look at US Steel for this week. 20 December 24. Here's the call options. All right. So currently it's at 33.40. I'm into it at 41. 41 is right here. Okay, 41's way up here. And currently it's way down here at 33. So look what the 33s are going for. $1.98. $1.98. That's over 6%. So if I wanted to jump into US Steel tomorrow, I could get 6% off of it. Well, look where it is. It's actually dropping. So it's not a good idea to jump in now. Not until it finds the bottom, turns around, goes back up. But I'm already into it. And I'm into it at 47,000, which I cap off at 50. So I'm not going to buy any more. I just have to wait. But at 41, look what the 41 is going for. I can sell the 41 at 31 cents a share. Well, look where it is, way up here. I'm not going to do that because it's not giving me 1%, and the premiums are just freaking ridiculous. I might do the 38s. Look at the 38s. The 38s are giving 66 cents a share. That's well over 1%, and it's far enough away. Here's 38 right here. It's far enough away from the current price where I'm most likely, not definite, nothing's 100% definite except for death and taxes, but it's not definite that this thing cannot go from 33 up to 40 or 50. There's no rule where it can't do that. It could do that next week. But what are the odds and probabilities? Very slim. It's a slim chance this is going to go from 33 past 38 by tomorrow, by next week. Okay, so if I sell the 38s, what's the 38 again? 68 cents a share. Well, I like 66 cents a share. That's well over 1%. Okay, but that's the thing. Not all stocks have this kind of a premium. Okay, take a look at Energy Transfer. Okay, somebody keeps saying, oh, I like Energy Transfer. Oh, I used to like it until I saw this. Okay. The current price, 19. Well, the current premium is 20 cents. That's 1%. Okay, one strike out of the money. One strike out of the money, now you're getting 5 cents. 3 strikes out of the money, you're getting 0. Not like US Steel. US Steel, you're like 10 strikes out of the money and you're still getting 1%. Yeah, I don't do Energy Transfer anymore because the premiums are horrible. So where do you keep your money when you're not trading? Sean, dude, seriously? 98% of my money is invested at all times. All times. I'm a strong believer in the U.S. economy. I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I've seen shit. I've seen good. I've seen bad. I've seen indifferent. Okay, I saw the crash of 87. I saw the crash of 2000. I saw the crash of 08. I saw the crash of 21. Stocks go down, stocks go up. Play Scrooge McDuck in a bathtub. That's funny. All right, so let's get back to it. So if a stock goes down, rule number 1, never buy something you're not okay with holding it long term, regardless of what it does. If it goes up, great. If it goes down, great. Most people normally, you guys are, okay, I've been described as a unicorn in a sea of donkeys. Okay, I'm an anomaly. I do not, you tell me to go left, I go right. You tell me to go straight, I go, yeah, no. I don't like, you tell me to do something, I'm going to do the opposite just because I want to piss you off. I don't do what other people do. I don't do annual percentage rates. I don't do monthly. I don't do quarterly. I want weekly. I think differently than everybody else. Okay, this is what I want to do. Now, I forget where I was going with that conversation, but it is what it is. UMI, we looked at that. That's a no. You can do 4. Okay, okay. Intel, Dave, we already looked at Intel. Chris, TELUS, what the heck is TELUS? You actually got to give me the ticker symbol. TELUS. That's TU, okay. Just say 2U. And I can say no to TU because it's a monthly. Numbers just don't work on monthlies for me. Okay, think about it this way. I gotta take a deep breath on this one. There are 12 months in a year. 12, that's it. If I'm gonna do a covered call with a monthly optionable stock, I can do it 12 times. Okay, that's it, 12. It means I'm picking up 12 different extra checks. Well, look on the flip side. Whoops, way too many. Weekly, 52. Ask yourself, Chris, seriously, if I'm averaging 1, 2, 3% for each and every option trade that I do, 12 would be 12 to 24% per year. Weekly, 52, that's a 52 to 104%. So I like 50% to 100% as opposed to 12 to 24. You want to do monthlies? Hey, more power to you. They just doesn't fit my strategy. I don't like monthlies. They don't pay the same, and it's very challenging to find out where a stock's going to be in 5 weeks. 5 days, yeah, maybe, might be close. See here, look. Oh boy, Sean. So if I just want to hold like a savings account and collect monthly dividends, you think it'd be better? No, not what I said. We've already had that conversation about that. What was the next question? Next question. Yep. Don't you have to liquidate some to live on? How does that work? Or do you have a day job? Sean, great question. Hold on, I got one more question. I'll answer that one for you. Next question was, oh, that's it. Okay, Sean, here's the thing. I have a credit card and a debit card attached to my trading accounts. Anytime I need money, Monday's the day I do all my trading. I buy my stocks and I sell my options. Guess what happens? The option money gets credited to my account that very same day. That's the money I live off of. So if you see account number 1, where was it? Account number 1, current balance 168, cash withdrawn year to date 43,000. Okay, I made 2.28%. I withdrew 1,200. Okay, 2.5%. I withdrew 200. 1.77%. I withdrew 1,200. So on and so forth. They're all listed there. Every time I took a withdrawal, they're there. Look at this one. 8.1%, I took out 1,200. So the numbers are all there. Okay, where were we? Back to where we were. Okay, all right. Okay, Jags. We already looked at Nike. TELUS, no. Spider, no. Now 3 to nice. 3 to nice. Spy. Now ask yourself a question on Spider. Let's go to Yahoo Finance. Okay, go over to Yahoo Finance. Put an SPY, okay? You can go to any financial website. Anyway, Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, CME, whatever you get your financial information from, wherever. Okay, Spiders, ETF, SPY, okay? Dividends. Let's take a look at the dividends, all right? Now, Spider's been paying dividends for a very long time. Now, 3 to nice, I like consistency, predictability, and profitability. That means I want the company to be consistently profitable. That means if they make $1 this year, I want them to make $1.50 next year, $2, $5, $10, 15, so on and so forth. Consistently higher and higher and higher. You do not get that with spiders. Okay, let's go back to 2000. You ready? 37. Okay, March 17th, 2000. 37. June 16th, 2000. 35. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but 35 is less than 37. That's going backwards. If I want consistent profitability, day one, or I should say quarter one, already proven that they're not. So let's go through some of the numbers. 37, 35, 38, 41, 32. That's backwards. 35, 37, 39, 33. Backwards. 35, 38, 44, 35. Backwards. 36, 40, 52, 40. Backwards. 41, 47, 35. Backwards. 57, 47. Backwards. 49, 52, 67, 52. Backwards. It's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. No, thank you. But wait. 3 to nice. Just wait. It gets worse. It does. Believe me or not. I do this every night, and you're not the first one to ask me about spiders. So I know how bad it gets. Now, when you're investing, you have what's called a rate of return, also called a yield. You put in $100. What is your yield? If you're yielding 1%, you're getting $1. If you're yielding 5%, you're getting $5. Okay, well, with spiders, SPY, your yield is 1.16. So you're getting $1.16 for every $100 you put in. 1.16% yield. Now, I'm showing you a strategy that gets 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. Now, explain to me in a manner in which I'll understand why you think spiders at 1.16% is better than 50%. I'm listening. Explain to me. Okay, Mike Ford, we already looked at it. Okay. Pet Palace, Microsoft, we already looked at it. What's the difference from dividends and options? Pool Boy 301. Ooh, you're a newbie. Okay, a question like that. Now, a dividend is a portion of the company's profits in which they give back to the investors. And dividends go all the way back to 1602. The very first dividend stock to the public was offered in 1602. They averaged 18% per year for 198 years. Okay, that was the VOC, also known as the Dutch East India Shipping Company. Okay? The difference between a dividend and an option. A dividend is a portion of the profits given back to the investors. An option. Ooh, Louis wants to take a look at Estee Lauder. EL. Okay, give me a minute. An option. There are 2 different kinds of, well, there's a bunch of different kinds of options. There's a call option and a put options. I don't talk about put options here, but what I talk about here are call options, specifically covered call options. Now, there are weeklies, which are available every single week. There are monthlies that are available every single month. They all expire on Saturday. Now, weeklies expire on Saturday, every Saturday. The monthlies expire the 3rd Saturday of the month, but you can only trade them up until 3:59 p.m. on a Friday. So they basically expire on a Friday. An option, call option, specifically the one that I'm talking about here. There's a whole bunch, but I want to make things simple. You're actually giving somebody the right, not the obligation, to buy a stock from you at a certain price by a certain date. Let me give you an example. We're looking at AT&T. Currently, AT&T is at $23.65. If I buy it at $23.65, I can sell somebody the right, not the obligation, through what is called a covered call, a stock option. They can buy it from me anytime between when they buy it and before it expires. This one in particular, December 24, that expires this Friday. 27 December, that expires next Friday. 3 January, that's 3 Fridays away. 10 January, 4 Fridays away. 17 January, so on and so forth. A call option expires from when you buy or when you sell it. Somebody buys it until when it expires. Okay? So an option is the right, not the obligation. Put option is obligatory. Means you have to do something. I don't like them. I don't like to share them here. I do one trading strategy here. That's it. Nike, Jags, we already looked at Nike. Andy, all right, we're a bunch of questions. Okay. Do you use the list on TOS for dividend companies? Andy, I actually create my own list. And the way I do that comes to a watch list. Okay. Let's go back to this one here. Okay, watch list. And then I have a whole bunch of lists that I created myself. Okay, so you can use a preset list, which are all the ones over here. These are all preset. You know, the Russell 1000, Russell 2000, Russell 3000, Russell Industries, the S&P 400, the S&P 500, so on and so forth. You can use the preset list or you can create your own list. Now for me, I like the Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, so on and so forth. Okay, Brushy Ridge Farms, SCHD, no. Misty, no. No dividends, no thank you. No weekly options, no thank you. All right, what do you think about Sava? Nope. Riot, yes. BK, Berkshire Hathaway, no. JL, Pfizer, ooh, I like Pfizer. Let's take a look at Pfizer, PFE. Pfizer, okay. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Okay, up, down, up, down. Look at where we are now, 25.65. The 26s are going for 35. Well, that's a yes. That's more than 1%. I like Pfizer. However, is it the right time to buy it? Well, let's find out. A year ago, Pfizer's at 26. Okay, the high of the year was in the end of July, and that was what, 31? Is that right? 31.54. The low, look, I hate when it does that. It doesn't do that. I do that. All right, PFE. Okay, last 30 days. Now, there's a specific reason why I like the last 30 days. The last 30 days gives me a good idea of where it's going next. Because you and me, well, we're investors. We are predictable creatures. We buy, we sell. All right? Here's the 30-day bottom. Well, what happens to the 30-day bottom? Ooh, this is cheap. Let me buy some. Buy, and the stock price goes up to the 30-day high. Once it gets to the 30-day high, holy shit, there's profits. Let me take them. Profit. Then it sinks again. Well, up, down. Now she's going up. One day to the upside already. Thursday was a low. Friday is one day higher. We're looking for one more day to the upside. It could be Monday. Could be. Not definite, but it could be. Okay? So we'll know. And Pfizer is on my list for tomorrow to take a look at. All right? Jags, we already looked at Nike. Are you a day trader, swing trader? How can I profit from this information? I'm not a day trader, okay? And I'm not really I suppose you could call it a swing trader, but I trade weekly. Buy on Monday, sell on Friday. How far in advance of the dividend payday do you put your option order in? 2 weeks. No, I didn't say no to Nike. Oh, wait a minute, I said Nike wasn't quite there yet. NKE. Yeah, I said, here's the 30-day high on Nike, just over 81. Now it's coming to the downside. So I'm not going to be looking at Nike at all this week. I'm going to be looking at it next week. You know, not tomorrow or the next day. Next week. Nike's earning coming this week. Okay. Hans Jensen. These are a few of my favorite things. Ooh. I forget how that song goes. Oh, Estee Lauder. I forgot about that. I like Estee Lauder. Okay. Now, yes, Sean, you do have to have 100 shares to equal one contract. 100 shares equals one contract. 500 shares equals 5 contracts. All right. Estee Lauder, $80.04. The high of the year, 160. She drops down to 65, shoots back up. Look where we are. She's actually turning. Okay? Remember what I told you about the 30-day bottom? Remember what I told you about the 30-day top? Now she's coming down. Estee Lauder, about 3 weeks, dude, before Estee Lauder is going to be another good one. Estee Lauder, 3 weeks. Pfizer, we already did Pfizer. Macy's is closing 75 stores. Probably, okay? The current administration does not want to prosecute for petty theft. Their opinion of petty theft is $999 or less. Okay? Yeah, anything less than $999, you can get away with. Okay? Yeah, so a lot of the smaller stores, Macy's, Kohl's, Walgreens, a lot of the Walgreens are closing because of that same issue. Reality, 78. Chevron, CVX. I like Chevron. Now, unfortunately, all the oil stocks are in a downturn. Okay, all of them, 3 weeks. Every single one that I've seen is on the downside. What war stocks would you suggest? Okay. Who just asked that question? Beans and rice. What war stocks would you suggest? Now, you're under the impression, okay, that I categorize my stocks by industries. Okay? You're under the impression that my stocks are categorized by industries. They're not. My stocks are categorized by the calendar, when they pay their dividend. So there's a couple of things I'm looking for. Number one is consistency of profits or profitability. Are they consistently profit? I'm looking for 2 decades of consistent profits. Well, who are those? Dividend Kings, 54 companies that have increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. Dividend Champions, Dividend Aristocrats. Okay, Dividend Aristocrats, 67 companies that have increased for 25 years. Dividend Champions, 150 companies that have consistently increased for 25 years. And then you got the Dividend Contenders, 300 companies that have consistently increased their dividends every single year from 10 years to 24 years consistently. Those are the companies I'm looking at, only those. Now, we looked the other day, there's 9,800 different companies you could invest in. But I only have 2 criteria, and only 2 criteria. 20 years or more of increased dividends and weekly options. Once I get that list, okay, I really don't care what they do. Look at here. Bank of America, banking, money. General Motors, cars. Kinder Morgan, consumer goods. NOV, Novistar, I think that is, and TAP. Okay, 5 different industries. Okay, Devon Energy, energy company. HCA, Macy's, PBR, Walmart, WMB, STX. Okay, all different industries. I really don't care what they do. My main concern is, are they consistently profitable? And do they have weekly options? So when you say war stocks, totally clueless. Because I don't need to know exactly what they do. I need to know, are they consistently profitable? Prince, are you using TradeView to see options? No. Prince, I'm using Think or Swim. It's available through Charles Schwab. Louis James, comment on how wild it is that Trump, All right. Comment on how wild it is that Trump can mention a stock and it goes up the next day. Caterpillar, Tesla, Whirlpool, etc. Okay. I don't really pay attention to that. I don't watch TV. Seriously, I don't. There's so many other things in this world. TV is not one of them. I watch YouTube and Netflix. I like movies. I do. I like to get out of my head and into a different reality. I don't watch TV. I hate commercials. I hate getting bombarded by commercials. All right, dude, you want to co-host with me? You seriously got to send me a number. I'll give you a call. We'll chat. If you're in the same conversation headspace, yeah, we'll do it. Other than that, don't know you. No, thank you. All right, Kogi, Palantir, no dividends. No, thank you. So you pay 37% short-term capital gains tax. Caitlin, why would you assume that? Caitlin, here's a question for you. If all my accounts are in a trust and a trust cannot be taxed, how much taxes am I paying? If my trading is done in a corporation, more or less a pension fund in my corporation, and the corporation has a 5% capital gains tax, what am I paying? Okay? If all my trading is in a nonprofit organization, and nonprofit organizations are not taxable, what taxes am I paying? If you have a tax question, you really, really, really need to talk to a tax strategist or a tax planner. Okay? Louis, I love your tactic. It's so simple. I've learned a lot. Louis, now, when I say, what's your favorite movie? It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed and Lionel Barrymore. The girl gets the guy at the end. Everybody's happy. It's a Wonderful Life. Now, did you know the movie It's a Wonderful Life, that wasn't the original title for the movie? Who knows, in the audience, who knows what the original title for the movie It's a Wonderful Life? What was it really supposed to be? A bit of useless trivia. All right. Ellen, Ally Bank pays 3% interest monthly. Isn't that good? I think you got to look at that again, because 3.8% monthly, that's over 12% per year. Actually, closer to 15% per year. I don't think that's correct, Ellen. MU, ooh, KG, I like MU. KG, you're in the morning trading group. You know, we're going to be looking at MU tomorrow, and we're going to be looking at CAH tomorrow. Austin, what's up? Don't you have to pay for options? All right, Ellen. There are option buyers and option sellers. Now, I like facts. I like numbers. I like odds and probabilities, and I like to stack them in my favor. Now, 80%, 80% of all options expire worthless. So why would I be an option buyer and risk being that 20%? No, I want to be in the 80% bracket. I want to sell options, okay? What price point on your website gets access to your morning trading group? Live morning trading group, the two higher ones. The lower one gets access to the recordings. No, the two main days, Monday and Friday. Those are the main days. Okay, Mondays when we do all the buying. Friday is when we balance everything out and we do all the what do you call it, rolling forward or calculations. Yeah, that's $100 a month. Or if you want to actually have a conversation with me once a week, where I work you through it, that's $500 a month. Okay, which price point? I already did that one. Puts, strikes, I want to know all of it. Yeah, good for you. I only teach one trading strategy here and only one. Soundhound, no thank you. No dividends, no thank you. Can you tell us where your next book is coming out? Well, you know, funny thing, GP, I finished the book in February. I have the file on my computer. I just haven't uploaded it yet. Pfizer is a dumpster fire. The fundamentals are down the drain. Okay. Andres, what the heck is ELV? All right, we're not going to look at anything more. I'm just going to answer questions. Now, I answer every single question, so it's like 6 minutes left, so I'm not going to look at any more stocks. I'm just going to answer questions. Okay, QCOM, love it. Really, I do. ELV, never heard of it. ELV. Yeah, no. Monthlies, no thank you. QCOM, I love it. SoundHound, no. ExxonMobil, love it. MU, love it. I'm with you on the TV thing. I don't either. Well, all right. Ellen, I'm wrong. Hey, Ellen, there's nothing wrong with being wrong. Okay? Just means you learned something new that you didn't know before. Drive, we already looked at Pfizer. Recommend understand options and a few option traders. I'll do that one again. Hold on. Recommend understanding options for new option traders. Great read. Cool beans. Amy, how are you? You have been watching. Great teaching. I message you. Please let me know. Thanks. All right, Amy, if you send me a message, I will answer it tonight. Yeah, because it's Friday. It's Sunday night, which means tomorrow morning we have live trading at 9 a.m. See what we're gonna get into. Cool beans. I'm kind of curious because believe it or not, I don't look at my accounts over the weekends. I don't, and I don't look at my accounts on Monday before you guys. It's not as if I jump in before you and look at all that stuff. No, I don't. I turn it on the same time you do, and I look at the same things. Oh shit, I didn't see that. Louis, I invested in something called, what is that? Okay. I invested in something called Theris Capital, pays 3.3% a month, but I don't get the money until 36 months later. I never heard of it. Okay. 3.3% per month, that's 36. All right, hold on a second. Okay, so I divided that by 3 equals, that's 40% a year. Okay, but you got to wait 3 years to get it. Okay, that doesn't work for me. Me? No, I have no problem telling people whatsoever, okay? I trade weekly because I need that cash flow to live off of. Okay, that's what I live off. I live off the interest I get off of my portfolio. Okay, however much money you think I have, I don't. I have enough to get by. Okay, I live a comfortable life. All right, I drive a 25-year-old conversion van. Why? It's bought, it's paid for, it's a comfortable ride. I can put a bunch of stuff in it, haul all my tools around. I love it. Do I need a brand new car? No. Do I want one? No. I'm perfectly happy where I am. Okay? I've driven new cars. Don't thrill me. All right. Can you send you a DM as well? Oh, GP, cool beans. Now, I could call you right after we're done. We're going to be done in 2 minutes because then I have to go to work and do my invite for tomorrow, get all of the stocks that we're going to be looking at for next week, all in a nice, cute little email to send to everybody on the mailing list and go from there. That being said, we got 2 minutes. Maybe we just call it a night and I can go to bed early tonight. Who knows? All right, so hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Believe it or not, I really don't get anything out of this. I don't, because funny thing is, I look at and how much I make on TikTok at night, and that's like, I made 5 cents, 10 cents. I said, what are you shitting me? 2.5 hours of my time, I make 2 cents. But that's not why I'm doing it. The reason I'm doing it is I'm trying to set a precedent for my children and my grandchildren. Because as I said, this screen here is being recorded live. So I have 2 live recordings on YouTube, one with me standing in front of the computer and one of just the computer screen. So that is going to be saved in perpetuity for my children and my grandchildren. So hopefully all the knowledge I have up there. What's my webpage address? The 10-Minute Trader. Hold on, let me pull it up for you. Here's Johnny. The 10-Minute Trader. Now, do some research on it. You will find, thank you, Louis. You will find, if you do research on me and my website, you will see that I've had this website for over almost 20 years. I have been online for almost 20 years. As a matter of fact, this is my favorite. I haven't showed it at all tonight. I can't believe I haven't showed this video at all tonight. And I usually show it every night because people ask. And I said, okay, let's show the video. Okay, here's all my videos on YouTube. I think there's over like, how many? 757 videos. Holy shit. All right, so let's go to the old videos. The oldest. Uh-oh.
Which my dad didn't let me. Hi, I'm JC, and you being part of my internet website club thingy, which my dad didn't let me on that.
My internet web club thingy.
Being part of that,
My internet website club thingy.
Weekly lists of stocks that I'll be trading, and every month you'll be getting 4 lists of stocks that you can choose.
This is my favorite part.
21 days in the month of March. What does that mean? That means every single day you can buy a different stock. Every single day there is a different company paying out dividends.
That always cracks me up. I had to make it fun and exciting for my, because at the time, this video, she's 11. Now, I first started showing her how to do this when she was 9. So 3 years later, see that what we're standing in front of? This is a whiteboard. They didn't have an Ex-dividend calendar 20 years or 15 years ago. So I had to do it all longhand on a freaking whiteboard. It was, you know what? It was a bonding experience between me and my daughter at the time. So that being said, you know, this is what it looked like back then. Look at all the hair I had then. Oh, and no gray. Look at this, I get this gray shit going on. And it's receding. It's running away on me. Anyway, believe it or not, I still got that t-shirt. I still have that t-shirt. It's in my van somewhere. All right, anyway, so that being said, Apex, I wish I had a grandparent or parent like you are doing for your family. Oh, that's what you're saying now. Yeah, talk to my children, see what they say during their formative years. I was very strict. Okay, I grew up where what dad and mom say, you don't argue. Kids nowadays, they argue with their parents. No, I'll backslap you real. I don't give a shit. I don't, because I'm a firm believer. Your kid back talks, slap him in the face. Sure shit won't do that again. Okay, it's a learning process. Okay, I grew up, if I said something to my mother, she'd find the nearest thing to grab and hit me. And I wouldn't do that again. It's a simple process. How many times, Gen X, you're absolutely right. I'm a Gen Xer. I have no problem admitting it. You do something wrong, you cry, I'll give you a reason to cry. You know? But anyway, you know, my children appreciate now what they went through as children. They hated it then. They hated me. But now they appreciate it. And they always say, fucking shit, Dad's right again. But that's what I'm doing. I'm creating this as something for them to look at when they get older. So my children, they're in their, my oldest is 35, my youngest is 25. They're at that point where they're just starting to learn the value of a dollar, because now they're paying their own bills. They're paying their own taxes. They're paying their own grocery bills. They're turning off the lights themselves. I go over there and my son's, Dad, you turn off the light on. Yeah, so you did it all the time. Yeah, but now I'm paying for it. It's strange how everything turns around. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Once they start paying their own bills, okay, they don't just throw the food away. Well, I grew up put in front of you. You eat it, you don't leave the table until you're done. Okay, my wife, my ex-wife, okay, oh, you don't like that? Let me make you something else. Oh, fuck no. This is what I made. This is what you're eating. Okay, it wasn't a choice growing up. Put it in front of you. Oh, I don't like that. Too bad, don't eat. None of this crap that's going on nowadays. Terribly sorry. You don't mess with Gen Xers. We just don't give a shit. We don't. Anyway, you guys have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow. Now, for those of you in the morning trading group, we'll see you in the morning at 9 a.m. Have a great night, and you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And you guys over here on YouTube, you guys have fun too.